Hey guys, I am back to film my book haul for the month of February 2020. My last book showed up, so I was like, well, I can film this now instead of waiting, because I have to wait for the manga because a whole bunch of manga is shipped. It hasn't shown up yet, so I guess I'm filming that the last weekend in February, but I can film the book one. Okay. Is there a method to this madness? Don't think so. Okay, first off, let's just talk about the book of the month. So I do get the book of the month, the young adult edition. I ended up getting 2 books this time. They were both actually on my list of books I wanted to get for February, so worked out perfect. First one is Ink in the Blood. This one is basically about like a girl and her best friend who are inklings, and they use their magic and tattoo like images on their followers, and basically they've learned that the tattooing strips away freedom, and that the temple that the people are tattooing them for are actually like a brutal, torturous prison. So they basically try to flee, and of course the cat once again wants to come in, so I'll be right back. I do not know what this cat wants. She keeps coming back in. I'm like, girl, there's nothing here for you. And the next one that I got is All the Stars and Teeth. This is another one that I definitely wanted to get. This one is a princess of the Island Kingdom. She spent her entire life training to be a high Emancer, the master of souls. The rest of the realm can choose their magic, but for her it was never a choice. To secure her place as heir to the throne, she must prove her mastery of the monarch's dangerous soul magic. When her demonstration goes awry, she's forced to flee. She strikes a deal with a pirate, and she runs away. So basically, it sounded really cool. Harry Buffy again. And then, of course, the Book of the Month bookmark, because you always get one of those. Next off, we have got, let's do the books that I got from the bargain bin, because I went with my sister to Books A Million, and that happened. So these all came through from the bargain bin at Books A Million. First one, a lot of them are thrillers, is Into the Water. This one was like $7, and this one's also, well, okay. Author of the *1 bestseller and phenomenal in the global phenomenon The Girl on the Train, an addictively new novel of psychological suspense about the slipperiness of truth and one family drowning in secrets. That was all I needed to hear. Psychological anything was all I needed to hear. Next thing is Bring Her Back, which is also was $7, and this is also, I'm pretty sure, another thriller. Yes, so it's like a couple that are in love. They're on a vacation. They're driving on the highway, and the guy decides to stop at the service station to use the bathroom, locks the door, leaves his girlfriend inside, and then she's gone. And then 10 years later, he's actually then engaged to her sister. So, yeah, it sounds interesting. Another psychological thriller, because Lindsay and her psychological anything. The next one that I got was Full Wolf Moon, which was also $7. This one, an investigator who specializes in analyzing unnatural phenomenon with no obvious scientific or rational explanation. Logan travels to an isolated writer's retreat deep in the mountains, aiming to spend time to work on his book, but he finds a remote community that has been rocked by the disturbing discovery of a dead hiker near the mountains. The body has been severely mauled, but the unusual grimliness of the attack cast doubt on the initial suspicion of a wild bear encounter. So he's trying to figure out what happened to the person. So there's that one. And then last but not least from my cheap books was Flame in the Mist. This is another Renee Adier? I might be saying that wrong. I read The Beautiful and really liked it, so I wanted to try and get more of her books to try them out. So this is one of her older ones. Hey, this has got is this in the speckled edges? Is that what this is called when they're like that? So this main character is the daughter of a prominent samurai. She's been raised for one purpose and one purpose only, to get married. Never mind her cunningness, which rivals that of her twin brother, or her skills as an accomplished alchemist. She is supposed to get married, so at 17 she's sent to the Imperial Palace to meet her betrothed. And that journey is cut short when her convoy is attacked by the Black Clan, a dangerous group of bandits who've been hired to kill her before she reaches the destination. So, it sounds interesting. So there is that one. Next off, we have got one that I saw. So I saw this one when I was at the bookstore with my sister, but I didn't end up getting it there because it wasn't a good price. Amazon had it for better, so I just waited and when I got back, I ordered it off of Amazon. So it is Steel Crow Saga. All I need to know is Pokemon combined with Avatar: The Last Airbender. Clever, stylish, and gloriously fun. It sounds cool. That's all. I was like, okay, I will totally read this random book. A soldier with a curse, a prince with a debt, a detective with a grudge, a thief with a broken heart. I also think that there's queer in this, I think, which is another reason why I got it. I'm pretty sure my sister skimmed through it and said, hey, and I was like, okay. The next one that I ended up getting was, oh goodness, this one I ended up getting at Target because it was there and I'd heard it's really good. So it's the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. The rules of Black Hearth. Evelyn Hardcastle will be murdered at 11 p.m. There are 8 days and 8 witnesses for you to inhabit. We will only let you escape once you tell us the name of the killer. Understood? Then let's begin. It sounds so cool. It's like some weird choose-your-own-adventure. The next one that I ended up getting is, this one did come out in February. It is The Only Child. It is a thriller. It sounded really interesting. It's about a criminal psychologist, and I love it when any of the books have, like, the main character or one of the people being, like, a psychologist or medical profession or something who's, like, trying to use, like, their skills to figure out what's going on. So basically, the criminal psychologist is basically called upon to interview a serial killer. And that same day, her husband's daughter from a previous marriage shows up at the door of after her grandparents passed away. And the girl says very little and acts very strange. And she starts to realize the similarities between the serial killer and the new daughter. And it sounds awesome. Buffy, do you want to go out again? Even though I just let you in, you wandered around and then you kind of like walked back to the door because you just got to keep coming into this room for some reason. I actually bought a lot of books. I didn't quite realize. I'm trying not to buy as many, but clearly that didn't happen. The next book I bought was randomly this one. Someone was talking about it. It sounded really cool, and so I snagged it. A World Half in Darkness, a secret she must bring to light. Basically, it's a thriller where the world stops spinning. So it's just stops spinning. So half of the world is an endless frozen night. The other suffers nothing but burning sun. Only a slim twilight region can survive life. In an isolationist Britain, Ellen Hopper receives a letter sent by a dying man. It contains a powerful and dangerous secret, one that those in power will kill to conceal. It sounds so cool. So I got that one. I then got, for the Tell It Again book club, Cinder, which I am currently in the middle of. It is really good. These are like retellings of fairy tales. This one's obviously a retelling of Cinderella. So it's about Cinder, who is a cyborg. And she's a second-class citizen because of that, and doesn't really know much about her past. And then suddenly her life becomes entwined with the princes, and she's a mechanic, and it's just really neat. I'm having fun so far with it. And I am reading that with April and Shae, so there's that. The next one I got, which I'm also in the middle of reading, is the Sunken Motel. This one is really cool. It's a thriller. It's basically a haunted motel. You guys know that like haunted anything is like my buzzword for thrillers. I love thrillers that involve like a haunted house, a haunted whatever, anything where ghosts come into play. And this one most certainly does. It's about a girl who is gone back to this hotel, which is basically where her aunt vanished like 35 years ago, and no one ever figured out what happened to her aunt. And so her mother has now passed away, and she's basically wants to reconnect with like her roots and try and see what the heck happened to her aunt all those years ago. It is really cool. I'm definitely enjoying it. I bumped it off of something from my TBR for Thriller-a-thon so that I could read it instead, because I really wanted to read it. And so far I'm very enjoying it. And then the last book that I ended up getting was the Owl Crate exclusive for Heart of Flames. So this is the second book in the Crown of Feather series. I bought it, not gonna lie, for the spray judges. It's also signed. It is. The signed first edition was printed exclusively for Owl Crate. It also came with an adorable limited edition pin. I don't know much about it. I think it's like Phoenix Riders and it's two sisters. I don't want to read the back of this one because obviously this one is the second book. And I actually haven't read the first book. Oops. So just hold on to that until I actually read it. But that is the last book that I got for... Yeah, you guys can't see that stack, can you? If I back away, can you see it more? Yeah, I don't think I can... No. Okay, fine. Oh, whatever. So yeah, you guys can't see that whole stack. I can't back away far enough for you to see the stack. But anyways, those are all the books that I got for February. I'd say I'm going to try and slow down for March, but I think there's at least like... Oh god, like 4 or 5 books that are coming out that I want. I think that are new. I'll have to look again. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed my book haul for the month of February. I will see you guys later for the next video. Have a very good rest of the day. Bye!